And welcome back. So this week, a lot of cleaning, a lot of other fun stuff going on. So let's get into some time lapses, and I'll show you guys what went on. So here in the library, Kim really dedicated herself to this room today and got it kind of back to a square one, which is always nice. You know, clean workspace makes the work a lot easier. So yeah, she killed it in here. Yeah, much better. Then exiting out of the library here into the maids hall area, we've got the maids room itself, which is looking quite a bit better as well with its lovely new windows. I think this room I'll probably start doing some of the plaster here pretty soon as well. Hopefully get that together as the wet temperature keeps dropping, coming down. The plaster will go up a whole lot easier. So that's how that's going. Got the pieces of the fireplace here for the library and some plaster stuff already hanging out up here, and I'll have to bring the rest of it up. Got the hallway itself cleaned as well. That's looking nice. The bathroom I cleaned out about a week ago, so that's that room off to the left over there. This is the second master bedroom, or Mr. Brown's room, or at least that's how I see it. That's how I think. We got the library table and everything, but this room is kind of a wreck. But this is where I've kind of been storing my tools, and my father so kindly brought me these shelves today, which I've been able to set all my tools on, which is so much nicer than these bins that I was using, because once you put tools in there, they're almost impossible to find. Or, you know, you'll just keep messing around and looking at things. But, you know, much better now. Everything's kind of laid out. I've got all my stuff where I need it. I can grab it. It's always at a hand reach, and I just got to remember to put everything back in these shelves, because I can be a little bit scatterbrained sometimes. It's the, you know, it's the artist in me, let's say. Now to the female master bedroom, or the biggest bedroom in the house. It's quite a bit cleaned up as well. I've also got some fun little project over here that I'm going to show you guys later in the week, probably Thursday. A lot of my week this week, guys, was kind of spent on kind of doing a few little Halloween-y projects, playing a little bit of extra hockey because I got a few extra games, and I did go see my my mom. She lives about 45 minutes out of the city, so you know, you have to do these things here and there, and so this is the week that kind of ended up being that. It was a really lovely week for weather, so you know, it was nice in that respect. This is the main hallway entryway area, and started to get all the tack strips off all these stairs. Like I got to about right here, and then Kim ripped all the foam up, so all the foam from the old carpet's gone, so the stairs are looking much nicer. Of course, you can see these still have the tack strips here, but I think about probably 8 or 9 stairs down I got to today. But of course, it started to get so dark in here, it started becoming really hard to see. So that'll be something I finish up next week, which shouldn't be a problem, fairly easy to do, but those things are pretty stubborn on those stairs. I hate tack strips. And lastly, got quite a bit of organization done here in the kitchen. It's still a little bit messy. This is kind of where I tend to store all of my plaster stuff. You know, gypsums and lime and all that stuff until I need to take it upstairs and use it. So it's kind of just become that storage area. But I had a lot of insulation hanging out in here, and that's all now on the basement, waiting for when I can put it all up. Obviously I have a big pile of dust here, but that is what it is. We also ended up taking out a whole lot of trash this time around. My father brought his van. We filled the van up twice. Got a bunch of trash out of here. Things are much, much nicer. The reason we really went for this whole clean thing is I needed that clean slate. You know, helps mentally and just kind of frees up space and makes things organized and easier and therefore faster. The other thing is I do have some tours coming up. So I'm going to give you guys here shortly a tour at midnight by myself of the entire house again, just like my initial video. I think that'll be kind of cool and fun for you guys to see, and also kind of Halloween-y, maybe see if you guys can spot any ghosts. Then also I do have a tour coming up with the St. Louis Landmarks, like Historical Society, I believe on the 23rd of October, and I want to make sure the space is somewhat presentable for those people, because I think that's going to be really fun. There's probably going to be like 50 or 60 people in that tour, so it'll be cool to have some people in the space, show people what a project is in person, and how this all comes together, and you know, what to expect if you buy a house like this, in this condition at least. So yeah, I think that's going to be great fun. Yeah, hopefully everybody that comes enjoys that. So back in the maid's room, I want to discuss with you guys, this is going to end up being Kim's room, her little craft room. And so since it's going to be that, a lot of the decor and design I'm leaving up completely to her. It was originally either a servant's or a maid's room. I believe it was the maid because on the 1900 census, there's one other person listed as a maid. Her name was Katie Hemminghouse. So I believe that this was her room, at least in 1900 it was. The windows are thinner, everything's a little lesser about this room. It has the very regular rosette pattern and all that stuff. And around these two windows, it has that same pattern as well with the rosettes, and there you go. So same pattern trim as in the rest of the house with the rosettes. However, some of this trim in this room was really, really rotten, to the point where I can't really fix it, because I'm going to sand, and you know, if you would fill something you sand with holes that are huge in it, it's not going to come out so well. So I have to do something different with that. Also, same thing with the rosette. As you can see, that one's got a huge crack in it, and while I can repair it, I'm missing two from this room, so I need to get different rosettes. So me and Kim went out earlier this week, and I found a few. So here's one of the pieces of trim that was on top of one of the windows, and as you can see, it's got some holes in it. These were for electrical lines that were added at some point, and added in a really terrible way. I think maybe a few weeks back you guys remember the pediment that was all screwed up on the outside of one of the maid's windows? Yeah, this is the corresponding piece of trim that goes over the top of the window. It's shot, and there's no way to fill these holes without them being extremely recognizable, so this piece is done. So I need to find new trim for those windows. These are the rosettes that are all over the house once they've been, you know, shellacked and beautified and all that stuff. They're a little... These are the ones that are going to be replacing it in her room. Now, the trim that's left in there, I actually have a few rotten pieces here and there in the house that have to be replaced. So the trim that's around those windows in there, I'm going to take it off and use it to triage the rest of the house. So that way I have extra stuff. That way I'm not, you know, trying to get a knife cut for, you know, maybe 20 feet of this stuff. It just makes it a lot cheaper. She gets the style of what she wants, and it makes life happy. So these are the rosettes that she found that she really liked, and I've been stripping them. This one was completely stripped. Actually, this is actually two of these things put together. Let me see if I can find the seam. Yeah, you can see the seam right there. So there's actually a cut down this, and you can kind of follow that line. But I've basically taken two of these and made one because this one was split. There was nothing here. But we got 4 of these. It should be perfect. I'm not going to replace any other trim in that room. But these are the ones she likes, and those are the ones she's going to get. And if we're going to use all the other pieces to save the rest of the house and make the other parts of the house original. Because, you know, she gets to design things there, and I think those are really cool as well. I like the little flower. Also, these are those 2 pieces of trim from last week. I had a little bit of a time lapse of me wood filling them, so I'm sure you guys saw that. But yes, these are done. I did not have enough time to tack them up today. However, I will get them up next week. It's best to let some of that other woodwork dry from a little bit of rain earlier in the week anyways, before I start throwing these back up and getting everything primed up and ready to be painted in its final color, which is that antique white I've been using on all the other windows. So exciting stuff here, just didn't quite have the time to pull it off this week. So I suppose now on to the more exciting piece of news this week, and I hit 100,000 subscribers probably about a month and a half so back, and YouTube sent me a little gift in the mail. So you guys are the people who made this all happen, so I wanted to share it with you. As you can see, I have my beautiful YouTube box, which is interesting. I never thought YouTube would ever send me anything. It wasn't a goal in my life or anything, but here we are. My tactical napkin here, blocking all the addresses and everything out, because that shouldn't be public information. So we've got the amazing little letter here. Basically just says, you know, congrats. Signed by Susan. Thank you, Susan. And a little card here as well. Congratulations. But I think you guys all know what's in the box. Let's have a look at it. Again, not one of my life goals, but it's pretty cool to have an award like this, guys. I never thought that this would all kind of happen, but it has. We'll have to find a really cool place to put it up here in the house. Rather shiny, probably too shiny for the aesthetics of the house, but how cool. Yeah, wow. Yeah, I don't know what to say, guys. Thank you guys so much. I mean, it was never a goal, but it's so crazy to me to think that this channel has blown up so much that I've achieved that. This channel has been really, I've been pushing it for like less than a year, and I've hit this milestone, and it feels like a really large milestone, and that's all because of you guys. It's wild to me how many people have I've had meaningful conversations with, how many people I've met off of this YouTube, and how much good this has kind of brought not only to my life, but people like yourselves that I've heard. The amount of amazing stories and cool things that I'm gonna be able to, you know, tell my grandchildren, and I don't even know. It's just a lifetime of amazing stories, and it's only been a year. I can only imagine what the next 5, 10, 20, 30 years is going to look like for not only this house, my city, this channel, this community, and that's all thanks to you guys. I'm just, yeah, I don't even know. It's just miraculous. And then to hear your guys' stories, that it's helped you guys in many ways, that it's got you guys through hard times, or I don't know, like it's brought so much joy to me, but to hear that it's bringing joy to you guys as well is really, it's incredible, guys. It's just incredible. It's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to express how thankful I am for the channel, for you guys watching, for this house, you know, like to know that there's so much hunger out there for history, or taking on a project like this and dedicating yourself to it and doing it. Like it's awesome, guys. It's truly amazing. And yeah, again, I don't know if they say thank you enough. So I'll just leave it at that. Thank you, guys. So that's going to do it from the house this week, though, guys. However, I am going to take you guys back to my place really quickly and show you guys one of my other models, my little subway miniatures, my bigger one. Since I got a really good reception with that stuff, I figured I would dig out the big model. It's of Berlin. There was a little short clip of it, but I figured I would show it in more detail. It is definitely the more impressive of all my little models. And yeah, I'll show you guys how it's built, and hopefully there's some entertainment there. So, okay, so here back at the house, guys, really quickly want to show you guys that Berlin model I was talking about, and kind of show you a bit more of the intricacies of one of the larger models I built. So I dug it out, dusted it off. It's still a little bit dusty, but should get the job done. So let's have a look. So here we are, guys. Trying to let the thing focus. Show you guys some of the little intricacies of my little model here. Now this one is quite a bit bigger than most of my other models that I've built. And of course on this side has the station. And of course everything in here is hand built, including the little ticket guy right here. You know, even the little ticket validation guy behind the lady right there next to that. All these lights are all custom built. The clock back there. There's a little stop and go sign for the train driver. And you can see all the various people back up in there, all the advertisements. So yeah, the station alone was a lot of work. But then you add the tunnels. And the tunnels, I think, get rather insane because I've built, I mean, everything in here is scratched. All the lights are scratched. There's, you know, little bits of polystyrene, clear polystyrene that I scratched up, put a little LED in. In the very end here, you can see the little Berlin U-Bahn train car. And you can see a little guy there kind of painting the train. This is one of my more favorite views here, is kind of being able to look down the back of the tracks. Of course, this train car is supposed to have another one at the end of it, so it's not the best view of the train car. But of the model itself, I think it's really cool. Of course, again, it's really hard to get footage of this stuff because the camera doesn't know where to focus exactly. It's just kind of guessing. But in a weird way, it kind of makes that look pretty realistic. Also, this one I have opened up completely, so you can kind of see down into it. All of my wiring, all my resistors, everything like that. Yeah, not the best cable management here, but you know, it's something. And so you can see how kind of all the wires are, and actually all the materials. This is just foam board here, and this is just balsa. So, you know, bent balsa, then I put some polystyrene on top of that, and that's how it's all built. This here I thought was pretty clever. So you can see down here, there's all these little lines of plastic. Well, that actually corresponds down here to that little area. So all this light that's pouring through gives it the impression that it's to street level, and that, you know, this would be during the day or whatever. So kind of just got in the nitty gritty, was really ridiculous with details with all this stuff, and yeah, I think it turned out quite well. So yeah, there's my little Berlin one. Also, a few of you guys asked if I had done a Paris one. Well, this kind of is my Paris one, although this is very, very, you know, first steps sort of thing. So I laid out the tracking. You can see some of my my drawing on there and stuff for where I was going to have things laid out. I just never quite got around to it. And here's the actual structure of the station itself, or at least the roof. Like, again, I never just got around to finishing it, but I've held on to it. So one of these days, I will be able to complete it. So here you can kind of see what that would have looked like if I'd completed it, or when I complete it. But, you know, I've kind of curved the station in the back. And, you know, once I get more time, you know, when the house is a bit further along and stuff, I might take a, you know, a week off here and there and work on some of these stations again, because I did find them, as I said, you know, rather enjoyable. But, you know, you can kind of see what a completed model looks like versus one in progress, and I thought that might be kind of interesting for you guys. So I hope you guys found that interesting. Again, there's something I'm pretty proud of and I really enjoyed building. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. So that's the video this week, guys. As always, thank you guys so much. I still can't believe how much this community's grown and how just good it is. Like, how wonderful you guys have all been through this entire journey. Again, I can't imagine having a better community in my wildest dreams. So yeah, thanks guys. You guys really do make the work easy. So yeah, check around Thursday. There should be a really fun video coming out that me and Kim have worked a little bit on this week, and I'll be finishing up and getting out for you guys Thursday. And yeah, and then next week as well, where I can get some more window trim or pull some more nails or staples or something, put some more windows in. You never know. Just depends, I guess, on what I'm in the mood for. So I'll see you guys then. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. Bye-bye.